Is it okay to be envious? It's a good question. And I believe that the answer is yes, it is okay, as long as you channel envy in the right way. Let me explain. For a lot of my life, I have suffered with the issue of being envious of other people. You know, I see someone who has more success than me or achieves a goal that I want, and I kind of get this feeling inside, almost an angry, resentful, little bit of a bitter feeling against that person achieving what it is I want. Now, as I've got a little bit older, I've learned to kind of suppress this, and I've even learned to transmute it into being more respectful or having admiration for the person. But at the same time, there is always that little burn of envy that's inside me that I can't get away from. And recently I've been thinking about this idea of, is it actually healthy to be envious of people, or is there something you can do to make your envy into a healthy behavior or activity or focus for yourself? Now, one of the things that I always used to get confused that may actually help you as a distinction is the difference between jealousy versus envy. There's a big difference between the two, and I actually had to look it up to understand the difference. So I'm going to read you the definition right now. Envy means discontented longing for someone else's advantages, whereas jealousy means unpleasant suspicion or apprehension of rivalship. Envy is most often used to refer to a covetous feeling towards another person's attributes, possessions, or stature in life. Many people use jealous to mean envious. Now, when you look at these two words, they are pretty close, but very often jealousy has a little bit more of a nasty edge to it. Usually you're jealous of someone in a relationship, or someone has the affection of someone and you wish you had their affection or something like that. It's usually kind of a personal relationship oriented type of feeling. Whereas envy is more about the general person or their life or their achievements, and you covet something that they have. Now, I actually think that this is natural. My belief is that envy is a natural thing that we all experience. If you watch little kids, say you have two little siblings, brother and sister or whatever, one of them's playing with a toy, having a great time, naturally the other one is going to go over and try and play with the toy, or maybe even take it off them for themselves, because they have that envy naturally to want to be part of the experience. They want what the other person wants. Now, in life, if you look at the entire capitalist system that we live in, that's the exact same thing. The reason that we all strive and we all work hard is because we see things that other people have, and we want those same things for ourselves. And I believe in this way that envy, it not only is it natural, but it's actually healthy in some respects, because it forces us to progress and to grow as a culture and as a species to improve. Now, I also think that envy, if you're smart about it, you can look at what you have in terms of envy towards someone, and you can turn that into admiration. So very often, as an example, when I was competing in speech contests, I would be envious of someone who beat me in the contest. They would come first and I'd come second or third. Now, I could easily become bitter about that and say it's not fair, that person shouldn't have won, I should have won. Or I can actually turn that envy into admiration, and I can go and talk to that person, understand what it is that made them better than me in that instance, and learn from them. And what happens as a result is that I actually became friends with a lot of the people who I naturally envied. And now I've got these great connections and these peers and this support network because I turned that envy into admiration. So that's a really important lesson, I think, and that's where envy can become healthy if you're willing to go from being just simply envious and bitter and angry because someone else has something, to looking at them as someone you admire, maybe even reaching out to them directly and saying, hey, how did you do this? Can you help me in some way to actually do this for myself? So envy can be used in that way. And my final thought about envy, and the reason I think that it is healthy and it's okay to be envious, is because envy is a direct signal of something that you want. If you are envious of someone in your life, if someone has something that you want, and you know that it's possible for you to achieve that same level of success or accomplishment, then that is a signal of something you should set as a goal. And that's been my kind of directive over the past year or two. If I feel a sense of envy towards someone, if I feel that burn inside of me, that's a good signal that, hey, you have something that I want in my life as well. Doesn't mean that I need to take it away from you to get it. It means that I can actually achieve that same level of success for myself. So I hope these ideas about envy are useful for you. I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments. Have you experienced envy in your life? Are you like me? Is it just a natural part of who you are? Or have you learned to somehow transmute it into admiration or to set goals based on your envious behavior? So thanks for watching, and as always, thank you for improving yourself.